Hello, welcome all friends. Uh, Thank you for joining us today on PMC Africa platform. Tonight, we are having Smita ji from Toronto, Canada. She is going to read chapter 15 for us tonight. And she works as adult literacy basic skills at Toronto District School Board for the past 6 years. And she had started her career as an ESL instructor in UK since 2009. And she teaches computer workshops like MS Word, PPT, and Google apps. So let's welcome Smita ji. And Riya ji is going to conduct the main workshop. She is going to explain the magic behind all the gratitude practices through her real life examples, which keeps us every day inspiring to work hard towards our goals and gratitude practice. So thank you, Riya ji. Thank you. Welcome to this platform.
Thank you. Thank you, Monica ji. Thank you, Poonam ji. And thank you, Smita ji, as well for being here. I welcome all the participants, all the masters being on this platform. I hope everybody's enjoying this journey and seeing magics in their lives every day, daily, either small or big. Magic is magic. So there is no size to that for sure. And I have, like we have already seen, I have achieved quite a bit of experience. And, there are definitely times that there are breakdowns, but at times how to go through them and how to overcome them is the real magic that I experience pretty much every day. I just want to say that yesterday's chapter was very, very magical and very powerful. I hope everybody was able to do their to-do list and, get through and feel that gratitude before they complete their task or their daily routines, and give the gratitude beforehand as they move on for the day. I can share a little example and as an experience for myself. There was something that I had to, I'm in the process of moving homes and stuff, and I had to collect something from my previous house, which I didn't have access to. And when I did this practice yesterday, I wrote it down that this is what I need to do. And it was done so simple. It was very simplified for me because getting that access, calling so many people, it sounded very complicated at the first point. But as soon as I got through them and I was just told that, okay, let's meet at the location and we'll see what we can do. But as I had processed and completed this assignment, I was grateful that I was able to reach and I will complete this task. So when I got to that place, that person had already collected the item for me that I needed, and I didn't have to wait or anything like that. So it was kind of made so simple for me that I had to just go and pick it up and it was done. So that was like a real magic to me too, because the way I started off, it was sounding very complicated and it may have delayed some processes and it would cost me some money for like fines and stuff. But at that point of time, when I applied this assignment to my practice, it really made it very simple for me. So that was one example and that I could share with you that I have experienced yesterday itself. So at this point of time, I can say that this book will give you everything once you follow how it's saying. So please come forward also and share your experiences and set an example for other people who are on this call or they watch any recordings, that these magics do exist and we can all achieve them for ourselves. And one point, once you have really achieved all the assignments and once we've completed the book also, you will notice that when you're at that point, that whatever you think of or whatever you write down for yourself as your wish, you will see it will start happening right away. As soon as you write it down, because you'll start focusing on that, you'll be more alert about it. You will see how soon you can actually magically transform your life and achieve all your dreams, and how you want to see your life in the future will be right in front of your eyes. And that will be like, once you share this magics with other people and your family members, your friends, you'll notice like, that is magical as you start sharing it. So this practice is to be shared, and coming on to platforms and talking about it will definitely, you'll attract more and more abundance because you are talking positively about what you have learned. So I do strongly recommend and would like to request that people come forward and do share their experience, what they have achieved so far and further as well. The further we go in this path, we are noticing that we are covering a lot of areas and which are out in the outer world, like the health and money and career. So those are the outer worlds, but there were people at the beginning of the sessions, they were asking me how to achieve something more spiritually, how to grow in that area. So once you have achieved some things and you're feeling satisfied with the outer world, that's how you will go more deeper for yourself, and spiritually you'll grow. And this is another practice that will take you further. And you, because you are the creator of your life, so whatever you want, again, we'll just stay in that zone of what we want, and we keep focusing on that and not about what we do not want. So it's very important that you differentiate that, be alert, and keep practicing gratitude every day. So let's move on to chapter 15 today. Smita ji is going to read and share the screen for us. So let's move on.
Riyaji, I think Jigna's hand is up. Does she have anything to say, or right. Can I start?
Yeah, sure. Yes, Jigna ji, go ahead.
You need to unmute yourself.
Is she not able to?
Oh. Yes, unable to unmute.
I think she can't unmute, so somebody can.
I wasn't co-host, so I couldn't unmute on myself. I just wanted to ask about yesterday's assignment. Are we supposed to write each and every thing that we plan for the day and be grateful before it happens?
Correct. Yes, that was the assignment. That whatever plan things, we know that, you know, like I had said, if you have to do something with your children, you have to go to work, you have to attend a meeting or anything like that, you just write it down and be grateful for it before it actually happens. And you'll see a magic happen in that area.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, no problem.
I'm sharing the screen now. Okay. I get started?
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So, day 15, magically heal your relationships. If you have a difficult or broken relationship, are suffering from broken heart, or hold any resentment or blame toward another person for anything, you can change it through gratitude. Gratitude will magically improve any difficult relationship, whether that person is a husband or a wife, brother or a sister, son or a daughter, partner, boss, business client, work colleague, mother or father-in-law, parent, friend, or neighbor.
Yeah, so we have, and chapter 7, we learned that there was how to come out of negativity. So which is slightly similar, not quite exact, but coming out of a negative thing is obviously a chapter and very deep that people, everybody's kind of facing, and they generally are unable to overcome those kind of circumstances. So that was one practice that was very, very important for everybody. At times we look into it and into our lives and we see that, no, I think everything seems to be fine. But there are circumstances or some days we feel below the line and we feel low about a certain thing happening around us. So that practice showed us how to feel positive about it, because you will focus on what things or what did they teach you that you were able to focus on the positive side of how you can move your thoughts from the negative into the positive. So today's chapter is more about any relationships that you're dealing with. We did the first relationship chapter, which was chapter number 3, for 3 relationships that we give gratitude for the things that the people who are with us and their qualities. So today we will focus on the people that is very, there is a breakdown, but how we can improve that. because there are grudges or some sort of judgment for this particular person. And how are we gonna, because it's something for us, it's not for the other person, it's something that we are dealing with. That if we are feeling something negative about a person, we are losing our energy, we are draining our energy towards that. So this practice will today tell us how we can feel better and start working on being positive in that direction.
I'm reading here now.
Yep.
When we are faced with a difficult relationship or a challenging situation in a relationship, in almost all cases, we are not in the least bit grateful for the other person. Instead, we are busy blaming the other person for the problems we have with them. And that means we don't have a shred of gratitude. Blame is never going to make a relationship better, and it's never going to make your life better. In fact, the more you blame, the worse the relationship gets, and the worse your life gets.
That's correct. You probably, everybody, if they look into their lives somewhat, when we are in a situation to make ourselves feel better, we start blaming another person for that situation. And that is exactly why, because we have not taken action, or we have not taken responsibility that it's our fault. Once you start taking that responsibility on yourself, then only actually you have identified that problem, and then only you can work on it. Because when you're blaming, it's like you're ignoring that problem and you're trying to move away, but that problem still exists. So that is the practice that we are going to learn today, how to get over that.
Whether it's a current relationship or a past relationship, if you harbor bad feelings toward another person, practicing gratitude will eliminate those feelings. Why would you want to remove your bad feelings about another person? Holding on to anger is like grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else. You are the one who gets burned. This is said by Gautam Buddha. Yeah.
Correct. So, obviously we have all experiences at some point in our lives that, some situation comes along, be it with any close ones, relatives, friends, or anything, that we get an argument or have some dispute going on. And at that point of time, we get really, really angry. So that anger, you're going to try to maybe react. It's a reaction that you're giving the other person, but it's hurting you. The other person may just walk off and then they stop talking to you. So they're not dealing with it anymore. But now you're very, very angry. And now you have built that anger within yourself, that negative feeling, and that is really draining you out. So instead of that, what we should be doing is giving gratitude and how we enhance that towards the other person and the situation to make it better. So that's what we're going to be learning today.
So this is a profound statement. Bad feelings about another person burn your life, but gratitude will eliminate them. For example, if you have an ex-partner who is connected to you through your children and the relationship isn't good, look at your children's faces and realize that they wouldn't be alive if it wasn't for your ex-partner. Your children's lives are one of the most precious gifts you have. Look at your children and give thanks to your ex-partner for their lives every single day, as well as bringing peace and harmony to the relationship through your example. You will be teaching your children the greatest tool for their life, gratitude.
Yeah. So in any circumstance or in any relationship that you are maybe facing any breakdown, it could be a really large one that you're not on talking terms at all. It could be also that there's something or the other keeps happening. And so that relationship is not really going very smoothly. So something or the other keeps happening there. And why is it? Because we are still adding negativity into that relationship. If something goes wrong, we start blaming or creating that negative feeling about that person or judging them or whichever. So again, it goes back to that one complaint will take you 10 steps back. So that relationship is not moving ahead, but we are somewhat standing there, even if you have realized and you'll start now adding the 10 gratitudes, but you're staying in the same position again. So you haven't moved ahead of that. So what they are saying in this book today, that once you start focusing on the good things only, and avoid all that complaint part, you will actually move ahead and you will overcome those challenges. And magically, you'll see how that relationship actually starts changing for you. You haven't really, when you stop doing all the negative parts like complaining or talking behind the back, or, bringing that problem up alive every day. And, you're maybe talking to your mom about that relationship, he did this or she did that. So you're actually giving the negative energy out every moment about that relationship. So it's not improving. But the day you will decide that I want to fix this, so you're going to stop doing that, and you will see how magically it makes it better day by day.
Moving on. Or if you are suffering from a broken heart or grief due to a relationship having ended, you can use gratitude's magical power to transform your pain. Gratitude magically transforms emotional pain into healing and happiness faster than anything else. And the story of my parents is a perfect example of that. Shall I continue?
Sure.
Okay. My mother and father fell in love with each other virtually at first sight. From the moment they met, they were truly grateful to be with each other, and they had the most beautiful marriage I have ever seen. When my father died, my mother understandably suffered from enormous grief. After months of suffering, she began to use gratitude's magical power, and despite her immense grief and pain, she looked for things to be grateful for. She began with the past, and she recalled all the wonderful times of happiness she had received through the decades with my father. Then she took the next big step, and she looked for things to be grateful for in the future. One by one, she found them. She found or remembered things she had always wanted to do, but didn't have time to do when my father was alive. And with this courageous step of gratitude, opportunities to fulfill her dreams magically poured in, and her life became rich with happiness again. The magical power of gratitude gave my mother a new life.
Yeah, so this example is very, very powerful, and how they actually magically changed and turned around that relationship. So that is, once we actually do the practice, we will notice for ourselves and learn how to do that.
For today's magical practice, you're going to look for a hot coal that is burning your life and literally turn it into gold through gratitude. Choose one difficult, problematic, or broken relationship that you want to improve. It doesn't matter whether the person is currently in your life or if it's a past relationship and the person is no longer in your life. Sit down and make a written list of 10 things you're grateful for about the person you have chosen. Think back through the history of the relationship and list the great things about the person or the great things you received from the relationship. The easiest way to do this is to think back to the way things were before the relationship deteriorated or ended. If the relationship was never good, then think hard about any good qualities in the person because they are there. This magical practice is not about who is right or wrong. No matter what you feel someone has done to you, no matter what someone said or didn't do, you can magically heal the relationship, and you don't need the other person in order to heal it. There is a goal in every relationship, even the difficult ones, and to bring riches to all your relationships and your life, you have to find the gold. As you dig and discover a nugget of gold, write it down. Address the person by name and express your sentence in gratitude. For example, the name of the person.
Sorry, Smitaji. I just wanted to add here that once you pick this particular relationship, you have to really feel that you want to fix this relationship. If you are not on that position that, you'll keep feeling that this is not going to work, or I don't want to keep a relationship, and you want to do the practice, that's not going to work. So when you are at that position, there are people, even in my life, that, I have actually magically turned some relationships in the positive. And I have really, there were people who I was not on talking terms, and I practiced this, and then they started calling me, and we've been in touch again. It's not something that it's just obviously how much practice, how much vibration I gave into it. So because I wanted to stay in touch with them, I still wanted them part of my life. I was able to bring them back in my life, that we are still talking maybe once a month or things like that, but not something that, because this is what I wanted. I made sure what I want. So this is what I request you all to do. Pick a relationship that first understand what do you want from that relationship, and then do the practice. Because when you set that intention that you want only this much connection with that person, that's how far you will go. And if you want a deeper connection, that you want to be so like that person meeting you every day or being on the phone calls every day, that's how you're going to work on that.
So
if you can read the
sentence and the gratitudes, name of the person, write down the name of the person and say, I'm grateful for, and write down what you're grateful for. I'm just going to read the 10, I think there are 10 points.
Yeah, examples.
10 points of list, yeah. Paul, I'm grateful for your time together. While our marriage did end, I learned a lot, and I'm so much wiser today. And I use what I learned from our marriage in many of my relationships today. Paul, I am grateful for everything you did to try and make our marriage work, because 10 years of marriage means you did try. Paul, I'm grateful to you for our children. The joy I receive from them every day could not be without you. Number 4, Paul, I'm grateful to you for the hard work and long hours you put in to support our family while I was at home taking care of our children. It was a big responsibility to have all of us dependent on you, so thank you. Number 5, Paul, I'm grateful to you for the precious moments I had with our children as they grew up. I got to see our children talk and walk for the first time, and I know you didn't have that opportunity. Number 6, Paul, I'm grateful for your support when I went through a difficult time of grief and loss. Paul, I'm grateful to you for the times when I was sick and you did your best to take care of me and the children. Number 8, Paul, I'm grateful for the great times we had, and we did have many. Number 9, Paul, I'm grateful that you want to continue to be a father to our children. Number 10, Paul, I'm grateful for your support and the time you want to give to our children. I know they mean as much to you as they do to me.
Yeah. So Rhonda Bryan, the author, chose the broken relationship with her husband, that they're no longer together, but she was able to find 10 positive points in that relationship. So obviously separating from your partner is really a very deep and a very negative situation to feel. And it's hard at times to feel positivity in that. But here they're giving a very classic example that how you can still find positive points in that relationship, because the children exist because you need the partner as well for that, and he's part of that, and how much they supported all the things that he has done in the past, taking them out or being spending the time together. So there had been good moments, but today they're not together. But so we can actually look back and look at and be grateful for the things that had been happened in the past. So that's what the examples are about. So you can start thinking for yourself, which relationship would you like to pick today, and work on this assignment. And these examples will really help you.
By the time you have finished your gratitude list of 10 things, you should feel much better about the person and the relationship. The ultimate point you want to reach is where you don't have any bad feelings toward the person anymore, because it's your life that is harmed by those feelings. Every relationship is different, and if need be, you may choose to repeat this magical practice over several days until you reach the point where you don't have any bad feelings toward the person anymore. If you are using gratitude's magical power to improve a current relationship, you will see the relationship begin to change miraculously before your eyes. It only takes one person to magically change a relationship through gratitude, but it is the person who uses gratitude who receives the benefits in their whole life.
Yes.
If you
So when we talk
choose-
about there are two people involved, minimum two people involved. But what this paragraph is telling us, that only one person who is practicing gratitude, which is us, can actually magically heal that relationship. So it's just one person's effort can make that magic happen in your life.
If you chose a past relationship where you are not in contact with the person anymore, you will feel a peace and happiness fill you. And at the same time, you will see other current relationships in your life magically improve. In the future, if a relationship becomes challenging, remember to use this magical practice immediately. You will stop the difficulties before they get any bigger, and instead you will increase the magic in the relationship.
Yeah. So not only are you working on the current relationship that you have chosen for this assignment, but also any future relations that you may build with friends or any colleagues, they will, you will now be that person that you will always look for gratitude in everything. So it will obviously make you that person to be always grateful, whoever you come across and, become your friend or a colleague, will always be in that positive zone for you. So let's read the assignment then. Go ahead, Ms. Smitaji.
Yes. Okay, so 4 points in the assignment. First one, number 1, count your blessings. Make a list of 10 blessings. Write why you're grateful. Reread your list. And at the end of each blessing, say thank you, thank you, thank you. And feel as grateful for that blessing as you can. Number 2, choose one difficult, problematic, or broken relationship that you want to improve. Number 3, sit down to make a written list of 10 things you're grateful for about the person you have chosen. Write it down in the following way: the name of the person and say, I'm grateful for and what. Number 4, just before you go to sleep tonight, hold your magic rock in one hand and say the magic words, thank you for the best thing that happened during the day.
Great. Thank you so much, Smitaji, for a lovely reading.
You're welcome.
And yes, a quick summary on the assignment. Step 1 and 4 is the same. Count your blessings and magic rock, like us every day. We are continuing to do that. And then today's new assignment is to choose a difficult relationship that you are having some trouble with. Maybe you're not in touch, not in contact, or even somebody in your home that you are living with, but you don't have a great relationship, like it's not working very smoothly. There may be some dispute at times. So you can pick any of those kind of relationships you would like to fix for yourself. And then if the way it's written, the formula of writing the blessings, the gratitude, so you write 10 of them for that particular relationship, how the relationship is with you, and also any gratefulness that you can look and find in that person that you have chosen for. So thank you all for listening and reading along. If anybody has any questions or any doubts about the assignment or anything from the past so far, please raise your hand or write it in the chat, or maybe also if you're able to unmute, please ask. Thank you.
Shraddhaji has got her hand up.
Yeah, thank you, Smitaji, for wonderful reading, and thank you, Ria ma'am, for wonderful experiences of yours and highlighting it. Now, I just have a small doubt, ma'am. Like you mentioned in the beginning, we had one chapter where we had a session where 3 relations we had to consider.
3 people, yeah.
Right, and we were working on those 3 relations. How this session is different than those 3 relations which we have considered? That is my question. And my second question is, in this particular topic, if we have to improve, how many relations we can take it up? My
You're
question
mute,
is
Riyaji.
clear, ma'am?
Sorry, you can hear me?
Yeah,
Okay,
now we can hear
yeah.
you.
So the first question of yours, the magical relationships, the chapter number 3 that we did was for 3 people who are in your life, who you have pictures of, and you want to make those relationships better. So those were the ones that you really care about, who are always in your life and they're important to you. So we were working on this because there is never a limit. Like anything, if it's good, it can be better, and then the best, and further. There's no levels as such. So that practice was to make it.
I'm not able to hear you, ma'am.
Sorry.
I was not able to hear you in between.
Sorry. So what I'm saying is the relationship chapter that we did, chapter number 3, was for relations who are in our lives, people in our lives who we care about, and we want to improve those relationships. They could be your children, your husband, your mother-in-law, your parents. It could be anybody of those people who we are constantly living with, and you can have a much better relationship than today. Okay, because there's obviously levels, and from the best also there is a level up. So you can, that was that practice for those ones. So today's assignment is about something that you have a really major breakdown in. Okay. So that relation that, for example, you had mentioned your friend who you were, you're meeting and she's not talking to you, but you're so grateful for, you could choose her in this assignment. Okay. Again, you will put down 10 gratitudes for her, how she has supported you, how, she was when you were friends, you used to have coffee together or go out for lunch or things like that. So you can bring that up. Okay, so that would be one person that you could choose. There is no limit right now. They're saying you pick only one person because when you do it once, you'll feel a little bit better. When you do it another day for the same person, you'll feel improvement more. And then you'll start seeing it. Maybe that person will reach out to you if you're not on talking terms. It may reach out to you, or something or the other may happen positively in that side that, maybe there might be a gathering and she's invited, you're invited. And at that point where she's kind of avoiding you at this point of time, but with these practices, you will notice that she may come forward to you and talk to you, or you and her are sit together on one table. So you'll end up talking or something like that. So it's a magic that in any form can happen to you. Okay. So it's a practice to do for one person until you have seen a magic in that. And then you can pick another person. If you have multiple people you have breakdowns with, you can pick any other person next. But at a time, work on one.
Sure, ma'am. Sure.
Okay.
Sure, ma'am. Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay, you're welcome. Anyone else have any questions? Okay. So I don't see anybody's hand raised. Maureen had asked a question in the chat if we can have a recording. So yes, the sessions are being recorded, I believe so, and they are available on PMC Africa English. So you can choose them. And I believe a link to the whole sessions were also provided in our group chat. So there's a whole list, and there's split as in from day 1 up till now being as a YouTube link.
Poonam ji, I have a question regarding this recording. So is the recording playlist available in the link that you're sharing for every session?
Yeah, I have kept in a group description box.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Right. I think we only agreed, right? That we'll keep it, and I forgot about it. Sorry. It's okay. So and even the weekends will be available? The weekends one will be available? Okay.
Yeah.
And any topics have been decided for weekend? Not yet.
Yeah. Tomorrow will be self-love. Topic will be self-love by Preeti Prasad ma'am. She is from Phoenix, Arizona. So
yeah, I think she came last once, right? Last
Yeah.
time I missed it, so I saw the recording. Yes. Okay.
Yes. So
There's a question.
There's
in
another
the
question, right? Yeah, if you
chat
can read
box.
it
Everyday writing, counting blessings and relationships, ma'am.
Yeah, the counting blessings and magic rock is something that the book had said at the beginning that we should be doing it every day. Any relationship practices? Yes, obviously, if you are facing any breakdowns in relationship, I suggest to do that as well as an added on assignment on daily basis, because the more gratitude you will give into that relationship, the more changes and improvement you will start seeing. So that will definitely help you. If you only do it once, you'll just see, again, the book had said, if you do gratitude little, you'll see a little improvement. The more you do, the more you'll see. So that's something left up to you. It's not mandatory, but the book did request that everybody should do the magic rock and the count your blessings every single day. So I hope that question is answered.
Riyaji, I have read the book. I have read the book myself, but still I'm asking a question. I'm just opening the book again, just to say that, are we writing those 10 qualities every day about the person?
That's again, like I said, if you have a breakdown in this particular relation that you will pick, if you want to see improvement, I do recommend to do this multiple times. And there's no set time that you have to do it first thing in the morning. You can do it at any time that you have some time to spare. But yeah,
as often as possible.
The more you do, the more improvement and the quicker you'll see the change.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There's a question in the chat box. If the others want to blame us and utilize us when they need it, then what we have to do by saying gratitude, but don't want to need such person in our life. So how we must terminate them without hurting them?
Right. So like I said, when the assignment was being described in that paragraph, that first you have to know what you want from that particular relationship. If it's bothering you, what they are thinking and their judgments, so you need to move away. Obviously, if you not stay in touch, if it's a family member, obviously it's quite hard to move away like that. You cannot cut people out, I would say, from family. But if it's a friend and you see when you don't stay in touch, themselves start moving away. But because you're practicing gratitude, not for that particular person, but you will, even if you're doing it for that person that is bothering you in that situation, it will, because you have set an intention that you want the negativity out, you want to stay away from toxic people, that's when you're giving your gratitude and those people will disappear automatically for you. So there's nothing that you have to like block them or, avoid them or delete them from your phones or anything like that. It's, again, the gratitude will bring that change for you. But you have to set an intention. What would you like? Do you want to make it better? But if you already have decided that there is no way that it can get better, but you need them out of your life, you set that intention and then you do your gratitude practice. That as long as you knew those people and whatever added value they brought into your life will make that difference. And today that you have accepted and you're moving on. I hope that helps.
Thank you, Smitaji, for reading for us today. And thanks a lot, Riyaji, for such a great explanation.